Alright. So today we're going to be building the Void65. So this is going live September 9th, and it will be live for about until September 23rd. So this goes live in about 8 days. It will be ran through, so this was sent to me from ClickClack, as you can see. Hold on, I have a build guides and whatnot. Okay, so there are going to be a couple different changes from this. These are the content creator units versus like actual group buy units. But this is by Anorexus, or specifically Armas. I don't know if wow, a lot of people have built this already. Am I just slow? Guys, am I just slow? So if you guys are interested, here's all the media that has been covered. So Tofu, Dutch Master, Captain Sterling, Stacy, McMerlin, Hera Keeps, O-Types. Wow. Actually, true. Yeah, the new WoW expansion really threw a wrench in my plans, right? Okay, but basically this is a 65%. And it looks like it starts at $280. Yeah, so if you look here, they actually have like a price calculator now. Yeah, you can guess the color. So there are 6 colors. There is black, red, brown, e-coating white, blue, and a polycarbonate. The e-coating white and the polycarbonate are going to be extra. There is a solder hot swap PCB. Plates, you have 5. You have the PC, POM, alu, carbon fiber, and FR4. It looks like there's an alu kit, but I guess there's also a stainless steel and copper kit. So I'm guessing that's for like the back weight. I'm not sure. But either way, the base price is $280, and then if you get like the most expensive options, it will go up to, so no add-ons, 280 to 434 or 33, right? You got the blue, lock it in. All right. Who else thinks I have the blue? There are 6 colors. Group buy hasn't happened yet, so we're getting an early look at it. But there's a lot to read here. But let's just look at it. Okay, ready? Let's see what color we have. We only have a blue and a... Wait, brown. Brown wasn't a color. It's either black, red... Oh, no, brown is a color. Okay, black, red, brown, white, blue, PC. No, you're good. Okay, ready? Okay. Moment of truth. Okay. Not quite yet. Oh, bro, I do have anxiety. Okay. Not yet. Oh, I have the white. You're gonna send me a white, the e-coating white. Nice. I know, right? Okay. So here's the board. So it's in a nice package. Alright, but looking at the case itself, so first thing is it has the arrow blocker. The two side seams are smaller, the same size. The two top and bottom seams are thicker, but this has like the cherry lip on the front. Looking from the top, there's no harsh corners, right? Yeah, so it says it's a coating white. It does look a little beige, a little bit. Not too beige, it might just be... It looks more beige on camera, but in real life, it's a little lighter, so... That's the top. And looking at this, you can see the weight right there. And then daughter board, GST. Yeah. And then there you can see like the mounting points too. So you have 4 and then the 3 right here. Here's a side. Whoa. It's a very interesting side. So you have the top and the bottom piece, but the bottom piece right here, it almost creates like an accent seam, but I think it's just the bottom case and the way that the top case has been machined out. But yeah, you have this nice... So it goes diagonally. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like steps, right? So there's that. And then here you can see the cherry lip as well. Here's the back. So here you have the weight. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I got the stainless steel and copper kit. So copper, stainless steel. So this is an additional 105 if you want this configuration. Yeah, they sent me the expensive one. Yeah, I do. They sent me the pricey one. So for the alu kit, so it would be alu, but then this is the stainless steel and copper. Right, so you have the weight right here, and then you have the stainless steel accent right here. And it's interesting because this has a lot of screws on... Well, actually, no, it doesn't even. It looks like it has a lot of screws, but it's just been condensed to the corners. So it kind of looked like a lot, but honestly, if you had put this like right here and right here, 4 screws on the top and 4 screws on the bottom isn't abnormal, but it just looks like a lot because it's been condensed to the corners. So you still have 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top, but they are they're closely together. And the reason why it looks like a lot, because they could have just done like 1 1 1 1, but they opted to go for the 2 2 2 2, right? So no screws on this weight, but instead the screws are going to be on this accent piece right here. And then, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks like you can cover these up with non-adhesive feet. But yeah, so this is the O in the void, right? But pretty cool back. Nice. And then here's a USB port side. So centered USB port. And then here you can see the branding, right, of the designer right here. So this is the board's branding, so the Void branding, and then this is the actual Anorexus right here. So centered USB port, and you can see it has like a little cutout for the port. So following the same design that you kind of see on the side where it kind of has like a little ledge or step, and another step. Cool. So you can see how it goes like up, down, down. And then here is the front lip. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Let's open this. I don't know where my scissors went. Can't believe they sent me the expensive one. There was a person here the other day that was asking me about a polycarbonate board. And the Void has polycarbonate. So that's good. Next time I see them, I'll tell them. Honestly, should have done that overlook with the sock, but whatever. Okay, so let's take this apart. So here you see more branding. So the Void for the board, you can see like this O for the Void is the same as this O on the back. And then you can see the designer branding right there. This board has like a cutout right here for the weight. So you see this with a couple boards. So most recent would be what? The Harangi, right? With Harangi? No. Which one did I build recently that had this? But basically, it's not uncommon for the bottom piece to be cut out right here. Either for, you know, making sure the weight fits, or it could be for building purposes. So to make it easier to, for example, like push the PCB out from the bottom rather than like trying to like finagle it out from here, you can just like push it out. So there's a couple reasons why boards will do this. I'm not quite sure for this one yet, but I guess as we build it, we'll see why. So this does use dual mounting, so you can either use top mount or O-ring mount, right? So I'm guessing part of this design is to make it so that the O-ring, you don't have to like fish it out from the top. You can take the case apart and the weight off and just like push it out. I mean, you're gonna be disassembling it like that anyways, so I will be right back. Apparently someone's at the door. Yeah, I'll be right back. Sorry. But once I get back, we will disassemble this. But let me go get to that real quick. Here be waiting. Oh my god. Hey. Ah! Diego! Thank you for the raid! Oh my gosh, I went to go answer the door. Thanks for the raid, Diego. Diego left chat a while ago. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Hello. I went to go answer the door. Oh my goodness, Diego. I was actually just thinking about Diego. Because I saw this picture in my Discord where they posted resin. It's really intense. Let me show you guys. Yeah. Check this out. Someone posted this in my Discord. And the first person I thought of was, oh, Diego. Like, holy moly. That's crazy. Wait, Diego didn't take this picture? I know, right? Oh, but thank you, Diego, for the raid. I think Diego was building a Zoom keyboard. Yeah, Zoom. Well, next time we see Diego, we'll say thank you. Thank you, Diego, for the raid. Yeah. Okay. Who has molds? Okay, let's take this apart. Have I ever told you guys that sometimes whenever my voice is hoarse and it's like hard to speak, sometimes I feel like Marge Simpson. I can't believe Diego raided and dipped without saying goodbye. Frickin' Diego. Nah, I get it. He's probably really tired. But thank you to everyone who stayed. I built keyboards. That's what we're doing today. Okay, so this is interesting because the longer screws on the bottom, the shorter screws on the top. Oh yes, and WoW. Yeah, I build keyboards and I play WoW. Devastation gameplay. There was a mean person in my chat the other day. And they had been following me for a while. I was surprised to be like, oh, damn. Okay, so that is now off. Well, I was learning Devastation, and they're like, you're doing the same damage as the augment. Sad, and I was like, okay, fuck off. Rude ass. Why would Oxy say that? I have no clue. Oh, actually. So the case screw actually has 12. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You actually have 4 more screws underneath. Whoa. You know what I do whenever I like rebuild boards for sound tests? Sometimes I don't screw all the screws on. I just do like corners. Especially if a board has like a lot of screws. It's away. Why are these? I'll just pull it out. Okay. So these are all the screws that you need to take apart for the case, which is quite a handful, but at least you know it's like extra secured in, right? Okay. How do you win against standardized exams? I don't know. I feel like standardized exams are kind of dumb. Alright, so this is the case. So this is the bottom. This is the top piece. So here you can see the top mounting point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 on the top, 3 on the bottom. You don't have a mounting point on the spacebar. And then here you can see the grooves for it, right? So top mount. So it has the cutouts for the plate to align onto it. And then the screw hole for the screws. So you can see 4 on top, 4 on the bottom. And then the bottom piece, so you have these cutouts. So this is, I guess, whenever you're pressing down on the keys, it doesn't bottom out. It has these cutouts. So when the PCB and switches compress down, it doesn't touch it. Let's take off this. Got this, Duabi. So for the weight, it looks like there are 5 screws. Yeah, Zuabi, I think to win against standardized tests, you shouldn't play League. Well, you shouldn't play League in general, but what do I know? Let's just see if this will lift off. Okay. So pretty standard weight, right? Oop. Yep. It is a thing. Have you been waiting on this board? The group buy goes live September 9th. So soon! A lot of creators have started covering it. I'm slow, because of WoW. Ayah. Wow, it's consuming my life. Sorry, I'm not reading the social media. You guys, my Instagram is like, I follow so many keyboard accounts, but I don't get keyboard content. It's like very rare. I don't know what's happening. It's like not even people I follow anymore at this point. It's just what is popular. And Instagram's feeding it to me. We're trying to buy it used. It should be in stock, unless in stock is too expensive. Wait, is it sold out already? Dang, did they sell out? Good for them. Let me look. Gray Studio. Oh, I found it. Oh, yeah. Could potentially wait for Labor Day sale if you think they'll run one. But I don't know how often Gray Studio runs a sale. If ever. Sometimes they do. Really? That's so weird to me, people that don't use arrow keys. That's a weird thing, right? That's weird. Okay. Okay. So, after posting on social media, let's see. So here is, quote, the bottom piece. So pretty intricate. So first of all, one thing to note is that these intricate cutouts, I'm assuming is for the stabilizers, right? Is it for the stabilizers? No, it's not. I wonder why there's this cutout right. Oh yeah, it is. It is. Is it? But then this part should have it too if it was. Oh my goodness. My life. So why does it have it here, but not over here? I was assuming these would be cut out for the stabs, but then this should have it as well, but it doesn't. But anyways, looking at this piece, pretty intricate, right? But this is the gap. I'm guessing this is so you can push out the PCB for the O-ring if you need. Also, How do I... Okay, no, never mind. Yeah, so this is to push out the PCB. You have the channel right here on the back piece, and it does go through the front, but the USB or the daughter board goes underneath right here. So it's kind of interesting because this is flipped down, right? So instead of this being like up, and then you can just plug in the cable from the top, this has actually been flipped down. So if you want to plug in the cable, you actually have to go to the back right here. So you screw this facing down, you plug in the cable in the back, you run the cable through to the front, like this. So basically the JST insertion point is underneath, right? And then here you can see the mounting points for the O-ring. Yeah, we need to figure what this part is for. Because like here you can see, so backspace, enter. And the only reason I'm confused is because like you would have what? Tab, caps lock, shift, but then this should have a cutout here too. Unless I am just Pepega. Let me look. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Maybe it's on this. Oh, they have a lot of vendors. Click Clack, Cookies, Delta Key, Prototypist, Swag Keys, Ktex, iGladson, Unibeck, all caps, Ash Keeps. Huh. I wonder if they wrote why this is here. Did you guys hear that? Sorry, I don't know why that happens. Sorry. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm reading through the design to see why this would be the way that it is, but I don't see it. I like this board when Merlin built it. Yeah? Did he like it? Okay. Anyways, I'll just probably have to figure it out later. But yeah, that's the top piece, the bottom piece, and the weight. Now we're going to look at the PCB. So I'm guessing this is the plate. So smoked PC plates. And then what's this one? The alu plate. So there are 5 plate options, and I have the alu and the PC. Also in the case, so I have this nice cloth. This is the O-ring. Does it say what the O-ring is? So 1.6 PCB, 1.5 plate. I don't see if it says. Does it say 50A? So there's this O-ring. Let's see, you got this tool, extra screws. Oh, so these are actually for top mount, I should say. One PCB, two PCB. Okay. So they sent me both the hot swap and the solder PCB. Apparently in the, what you guys will get, you'll have two O-rings. Looks like I only got the one, but the transparent one is a 50A, and then they'll have a 30A, which is going to be a black, but I don't see it here. These are for the case feeds to close it, so you don't see any visible screws on the board. Non-adhesive. Extra GST daughter board. And then the two PCBs, and we can look at the layout. Option on the screw points that are open on one side. Screw points that are open on one side. QK. I built the QK. Open as in on the plate. Like this? Like that? Is that what you mean? Where it's open? Yeah, exactly. So I think it depends. So I see designers doing this either, yeah, because of some relief, or some people actually do like the cuts right here and then close it. I'm not exactly sure why plate designers do it this way versus another, but I've seen it cut like this, or I've seen it closed, or I've seen it where they offer like a relief cut right here, right? That's a very good question though. Is it preference? Where's a relapse? Someone ping relapse. Relapse designs plates, so he'll probably explain it to us. I know the reason why. I just don't think the cut does anything at all. It's not a problem. You can see letting it open to bend a little. Yeah, I mean, like Kupo said, it could just be like an aesthetic reason. It could be just easier to machine out. Like, instead of just like cutting out a piece like this, you could do that. But I mean, it doesn't seem like that big of an issue if it were to just be machined out easier. So maybe providing some relief could be a thing, but that's actually a really good question. And I'm not quite sure since I haven't personally designed a plate. I can ask Relapse real quick. Let me ask Relapse. I have my phone on me. Hi Sandy. How are you doing? Let's see. I asked it. Can you request this for reviews? What's this? Seal. Whoa. Yes, it's a long baby. That's funny. Yes, it's a long baby. Now let me look at it after I look at the plates. Okay, so looking at the plates, that's a hair. Right here. So, kind of interesting, because here, this plate is unique compared to what I've seen before. Let me grab another plate for reference so you guys know what I mean. Which board do I have like an extra plate with? Oh, right here. Actually, it's the same thing here too. Did I miss? No, you didn't miss anything. Okay, never mind. I thought this bottom one looked interesting, but ignore me. So here you have the plate. It has really thin edges for the spacebar and then the side keys. Just overall really thin parts that you can find. There's no flux cuts. However, check this out. There is this cutout right here. Whoop. That almost looks like it would be for like an indicator of some sort. But yeah, there is like a cutout right here. This plate apparently is 1.5 mm. Here there are cutouts. I wonder if these are like standoff points for the board. Probably. For like hot swap, right? Yeah. I wonder why there's this cutout right here. Let's see. Sometimes they're like artistic designs versus like on purpose. It doesn't say why. Does anyone have the IC for the Void? I wonder if they talk more about the design process on there. I kind of explain why some of these themes are here. But moving on from the plate, here's the PCB. So this is the hot swap, but one thing to note is that the plate does not support 6.25. I have to update the PCB firmware. And then the split backspace for the solder needs 3-feet switch, but will be fixed on production. Okay, so this is the hot swap PCB. So it looks like the hot swap one will be okay. But you can do split or regular backspace, stepped or regular caps lock. Looks like you only have one spacebar layout, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Actually, you have two. Well, no, the hot swap only has one. Yeah. Hot swap only has one. Oh, Nudie! Hello, Nudie. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia. I'm building a keyboard today. We're reviewing the Void65. It is an upcoming keyboard. The group buy starts September 9th. If you're new here, I build and review custom keyboards, but I also I play a lot of WoW. So I haven't built a keyboard in about 2 weeks because I've been grinding in WoW. The War Within just came out, the new WoW expansion, so I moved all my builds so the first weekend I could just grind. And so here we are now trying to catch up on my build queue. Ring the shame bell. But thank you for the raid. Hello. Thank you, Nudie. I hope you had a good stream. I was watching your stream. Was it last night? Really, you were streaming really late. I was watching the mermaid. Oh yeah. Greetings, raiders. Hello. I hope you had a good stream though. And thank you for the follows. If you have any questions about custom keyboards, feel free to ask. I'll try my best to answer it, but yeah. I'm tempted to get back into WoW for the new expansion. They just nerfed leveling. It's insane. Like some of my guildies have like 7, 9 characters leveled, and then they just nerfed it. So all the like early access frogs like leveled up a bajillion characters, and then they nerfed it. So all the people who didn't get early access are having like a harder time now. It feels so bad. Like I think Blizzard is doing it on purpose. So WoW did this thing where they released, if you bought the Epic Edition, you could get the game 4 days in advance, right? And then the actual release was on Monday, but the pre-release was on Thursday of last week. And then they give you a boost, but from 70 to 80, you have to level that yourself. But you can boost a character from 1 to 70 and then level it from there, right? Yeah, leveling only took about... Okay, so I say only took about 5 to 6 hours, but that's like coming from, you know, leveling like 8 to 12 hours, okay? So it's a lot faster, and there's this thing where once you leveled one character, it's actually slightly faster to level another one, and then another one, and another one. So that's how people got to level their characters so fast. It's because once you had one leveled up, it only gets easier from there. So that's why some people just like, oh shoot, it takes like 5 hours to level a character. Like and so some people level like 4 characters in like 2 days, right? And then you can just keep going. Yeah, the warband experience. So for those like who are really hardcore, especially when it comes to launch day and like leveling, yeah, they went insane. And the dungeons were a lot easier. So it wasn't even hard, right? So you could steamroll because of scaling, and then yeah, just the scaling, right? So you could be a brand new like level 70 steamrolling through these dungeons and just leveling like I think in about 3 hours after everything. Like it was very, very fast. It kind of was like a cascading effect. But then since then, they have nerfed all of that. So basically, if you didn't get early access, you missed out on leveling like a ton of characters. And so that's why it feels kind of bad. And I have like a tinfoil hat theory because so they made it so that Horde and Alliance can play together. However, they didn't fix the cross-faction queuing. And you can have people on other servers be in your guild. Like, they don't have to transfer anymore. But it's like, it sucks because you have people on other servers, other factions in your guild, but you can't even queue with them. So it forces people to have to like faction swap or not play with their friends, right? And then the faction swap is cheap. So people are just buying the faction swap and then they'll just swap back during progression whenever it like matters, right? And they said they're working on implementing that, but they've already implemented cross guild, cross faction for the guilds. So they should have had the cross queuing ready to go. I mean, maybe it's like from now on, like people are going to buy the early access, and then like if they don't fix the cross faction, like people are buying the faction changes. So I think it's all a ploy by Blizzard to get more money, in my opinion. But once again, that's like my tinfoil hat theory. But anyways. I'm paying, yeah. So they don't actually say why. But anyways, thank you for listening to my WoW rant. I was just talking about this PCB, but the only thing you can swap on the hot swap is the caps lock and then the backspace. Why were you eating gas station hot dogs? Oh my goodness, couple? What the? And then here's a solder. Oh, you guys. Oh, this actually is for stabilizers. Check this out. This is such a weird layout. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. For the hot swap or for the solder PCB, instead of arrow keys, you can put a stabilizer right here for an O key or for a 0 key. So it makes sense why this part is cut out for the stabilizer. Oh, yeah. So this is the layout option. So for the solder, you can do step to regular caps, you can split the left shift, you can split the backspace, has ISO support, and if you don't want these 4 keys, you can kind of turn this into like a pseudo numpad. Right? You got the plus, the enter, you got the 0. And then you can split the right shift. So that's why they have this part right here. So theoretically, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 stabilizers. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could have 8 stabilizers. So you can't do that. Oh, so that makes sense why it's there, right? It all makes sense now. But just like looking at the solder PCB. Whoa! You got the Swiss cheese right here. So you can't do this on the hot swap. But you can do this on the solder. I kind of want to do the solder. Just to have this unique layout. What do you guys think? Or has all the content creators done this? If other people have done this, then I'll spare you guys the content and we can just do the regular hot swap. Let's see, media. I don't think anyone has, so let's do that. We're gonna do the unique layout. Okay, the question is PC or Alu? Since I'm doing the solder, we only have one choice. Switches, I'm probably gonna use... So I have HMX Macchiatos, I have Popus, or I have Gateron Lunar Probes. I also have new ones. Let me go grab them. I'll move all the way. Please, let me grab. Okay. Alright, I had to go digging. I have these. These are um Tempehs. Are these tofu switches? Hey Kiss, what's up? They are. This is tofu switches. Should we do this? Yeah. What, hey? I have yo or hi. Can we try these? We have... These are Tussie, long pole. These are loud. Okay, let's use these on Alu. Like Alu or PC? Yeah, I'll link these. Oh, I already linked it. Okay, do you guys want Alu or PC for this one? They're long pole, loud, AF switches. I think they might actually sound better on PC. PC? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alright, chat. I'll let you guys vote. So I have a mod in chat. You can help me do a poll between PC or Alu plate. Oh wait, is Halfling still here? Relapse answered. So basically he's saying that designers do this to keep the bezels small. I can just do PC. Since I don't think I have a mod here that's listening right now. Yeah, all my mods are at Keeb Life. Okay, so how many do I need? It says the plate. Thank you for the follow. Okay, let me test this PCB and then we'll get started. Because I do need to flash it. Let me flash it to make sure that it's working. Then we're good. Okay. Thank you for the follow. Is it working? Oh, it is working. Apparently uses Vile. If my Vile will ever launch. I don't know why sometimes these take a long time to boot up. I don't know if you guys have the same issues. Oh, is there web version? Voices. Alright. Perfect. Keyboards and soda. Thanks for the follow. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Screw this back on, actually. When did they migrate this over? Has it been over? And I'm just slow. That's a pretty nice. Kappa, can you update the command for us? You're the only mod here. All my mods are at Keep Life. All the other mods. Or they're asleep. We're using PC plate and these Tempeh. Tempeh. We're gonna do solder. Okay, here we go. There's gonna be lots of stabs. The scariest part. Oh! More content, yeah. Yeah, I hate removing them. So I'm gonna split the back space. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should I split? I think I have to. Yeah, I have to. So I need 7. Okay, we need 7 stabs. 7 stabilizers. Holy. You guys are in luck tonight. So using the 7 is actually good. Because if I wanted to use 8, then I would have to whip out another one. I'm gonna do 7U. Wait, I think I actually have stabilizers done. Guys. You guys, I have stabs that are done. Oh my god, I have exactly 7 stabs done. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry. They're already done. I know. But think about it this way. That means if I save on stabilizer time now, I can do gaming later. Yeah, but then that's gaming. I'm new to this kind of keyboard. I was looking into the Razer Huntsman V3 Pro. What's your opinion on it? Is that the new one? Can someone confirm if that is the new one? So that one is interesting. I think it depends, like, the reason you're getting it. If you're getting it for gaming, then that would make sense. But if you're mostly getting it for, like, everyday use, I'd say there's probably better options out there. It really depends. The thing with, like, optical is that, is it optical? You're not gonna have as many choices as you would nowadays with, like, MX or HE. But I think it really depends on, like, why you're looking into it itself. I know some people are getting it specifically for, like, CSGO. Yeah. I mean, is it? Is it optical? Someone confirm before we shit on it. Before we're just like, oh my god, optical. Yeah, so in that case, I think optical is not bad necessarily for, like, typing, I'd say. I actually think optical for typing is fine. I think it really depends on, like, if you want to have, like, more options in terms of, like, switches, because you're going to be limited with optical, right? Yeah, they did disable that. But if you're mainly getting it for gaming, like FPS, then I would definitely look into a Hall effect keyboard instead. Okay, good night, Finn. Sleep well. Blue. It's called HE or Hall effect, HALL. I mean, the Huntsman V3 Pro isn't bad. But personally, you'll have more options with Hall effect HE. And so the difference is, also, Blue, thank you for the reflow. I woke up from my nap thinking it was the next day earlier. So, Hall effect is basically, it uses magnetic switches, whereas the Razer uses optical, right? So it's similar concepts in the sense of, like, for gaming, but magnetic switches just have a lot more personalization, right? Because, like, the idea is for, like, fast input, right? And then I guess with optic, it's like nothing's faster than, like, the speed of light, right? But the thing with magnetic switches is that you can truly customize, like, when you actually actuate, right? So you have a lot more leeway with it, right? Yes, exactly what Oxy said. But that being said, I actually don't like the Hall effect keyboards for typing. So if you're not looking to get, like, for gaming and just, like, everyday use, then I actually think the optical is fine, right? If you're someone who is really into FPS and you can tell, like, down to, like, the millisecond, like, when you actuate a key, then I'll definitely look into a Hall effect keyboard. I've not, because it's not the right size. I need a bigger keyboard. Oh my god, this cluster. Yeah. So boss, if you still want to borrow the wooding, just let me know. Because I'm not using it right now. No! Okay, well, let me know when you're back. Can someone type that in chat? I'll explain it again. Yeah, I'll send it out to you. Thank you for the follow. You think so? Okay, as I was saying that, so essentially Oxy explained the difference between what would be the Hall effect and optical, right? I'd say if you're the type of person that notices down to like the millisecond in FPS games, then a wooting or the Hall effect will be much better, because with those you can customize like when you actuate, right? But if you're looking for something like for gaming, but you're not quite FPS, right? And you're looking for something like more everyday typing, then I would actually recommend the Huntsman. I think the Huntsman is going to be better in terms of like you game, so you still want fast actuations, but you also want to use it as an everyday, right? Because the only thing with like the wooting is that as you change like how far you actuate with like the magnets, you could end up fat fingering a lot of letters. So it's actually something that you have to like train yourself to do. You can change the profiles back and forth. That is an option for you, but there is a bit of a learning curve when using a Hall effect keyboard, right? I'd say the simplest thing is to like change the profiles back and forth, but yeah. So it depends on like how you type and what you're trying to use it for. Optical doesn't have the customization options you can get with the Hall effect, but it still is responsive enough for some people. But yeah, like Oxy said, like if you typically like rest your hands like on the keys, you have to be careful, because just like based on your setting, just like a slight bump could actuate it. And if you're someone who types a lot, that could be really annoying. If you notice that your key presses are not fast enough, like that is something you notice, then yeah, a wooting or a HE would be good. But I'd actually say the Huntsman is probably good enough. But there's a learning curve, so. Oh yeah. Yeah, don't buy the watchy type. Yeah. This monstrosity. I like it. I love chaotic builds. Okay, it's right here. Keycron has an HE board now too? Really? Interesting. Think it's any good? Well, if you're using it for CS2GO, they banned that. Like, Valve banned it. They made a firm stance and said, not allowed. Which kind of hex the Razor, because that's like their selling point, but yeah. Oh. Okay, well then, you should be okay. But I honestly would wait in case other people decide to ban it as well. Thanks for the follow. You never know. This one goes... the new one? Or, like, the old ones? Yeah, I have. How's the Void? Check this out. They've made it so that you can have like a mini numpad on the side. That's what I'm doing. Yep. Well, it's a fat plus 0 enter. What is that? This is an alternative layout you can do if you don't want the arrow keys. This is 65% with the pseudo like numpad controls here. Pretty unique. I haven't seen anything like this, so we're gonna build it like this and highlight it. Yeah, so you have big shift. So normally you have the arrow keys right here, right? And then the 4 keys. But here we're gonna do a big shift. We're gonna do a big 0, big enter, big plus key. So essentially you can do this and then enter. Or 0 or plus. Oh, I'm not sure if it's listed on the Keycap, but I was wondering why it looks so crazy. That's the reason behind it. I mean, I'm only doing full because it's like a little awkward because if you do the split, then you have like an extra key right here. I guess you could do that, but I don't know what I put in this extra key. Maybe FN? Good. But it's already on. The switches are already on, so it's too late. Because normally you would use this for the up arrow, right? You don't have to do the full right shift. That's just what I'm doing. I hope so too. So have fun at Keep Life tomorrow. Please take lots of pictures. Oh. I think it'll be interesting with the hitting colors on numpads. I wonder how it goes. Shouldn't be too off, but keycap colors are always weird in the sense of like accent, enter, etc. Sometimes it's not even something you think about when you look at like alternative key colorings. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on Emma, the keycap set. Not an actual Emma. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it looks nice. I haven't bought a keycap set in so long. Emma's a green set. Looks really nice. No, I canceled. I'm going to Japan instead. Yeah. Yeah, I had the opportunity to go to Japan and I was like, Japan, keep life. I couldn't do both because of medical stuff, but I felt like Japan was the I don't want to say obvious, but you know. Take me with you. Definitely come with. Yeah. Just Lauren, my cousin, and I traveling. Yeah, true, right? Alright. Solder time. These stabs should all be working too. Cool. Boop. Also, have you guys ever seen my magic carp? You're right. Idyllic sent it to me. It's actually so sweet when designers like, I thought you would like this, so I'm sending it over. I'm like, oh my gosh. I must be an easy person to read. Don't look at me. From this. Hello, Cozy Ghost. What are you doing? Is it hard to shop for guys like Connor? Yes, it is. He's like the type of person where you have to buy him something that he's been using for years and is like on the brink of like breaking down. Has to be like practical. So like his gifts have been like wallet, weighted blanket, yeah, socks. It has to be things that he uses. They were soldering. The fan is on. I repeat, the fan is on. So if I sound weird, it's the fan. I can't even gift him keyboards because he's so picky. Hello, Nitin. Now check out this layout. Instead of the 65% cluster, you have like a half numpad cluster. I actually have a few repair jobs that I have queued up. I'm gonna do those off stream so I can focus. I have 3 repair jobs at the moment. Yeah, no, I just so happen to have the right number of stabs. I'm sorry. I'm sad because I was supposed to go to Keeb Life and I was gonna get to meet Interloper's wife. I was actually looking really forward to that. Man! Keeb Life. But I'm also glad I'm not going. Because I need the rest. I need the money. I need to save the money. I was just gonna be a turd ass. And complain about me eating too much. Should we play a scary game tonight? I'm kind of gunning for... I'm kind of feeling a scary game. No. Okay, no. Yes. Super massive. I don't think so. Phasmo? No, I can't play those games, unfortunately. Flux here. Oh, I haven't personally, but I've watched people play it. So I know some of the endings. Should I look for a spooky visual novel? Peglin? My monitor keeps like turning on and off. I need to fix it. Oh, you guys remember that cat game where I was like a cat janitor? That game came out where I was like in limbo and then I had to become like the janitor. It's like a platformer. It's like called Crypt Custodian. I realized that I never finished Animal Well. I could do that too. Pac-Man's just a great game. I'm happy for their 1.0 release. Port Keeper's also 1.0. There's a lot of 1.0 releases this year. I'm so happy. Oh, really? That game's fun. Because like Johnny and Sean would build and I would just go get aliens. Oh, wait. Anorexus actually followed. Thanks for the follow. Oh my goodness, I didn't even noticed. The designer. Yeah, in Factorio, I let them do all that and then I just liked keeping everything safe for them. That was my job. Alright. One day there will be a Baldur's Gate 3 stream. No, you guys will judge me. See how deprived I am. You'll never view me the same. Yeah, but, you know, that's a whole nother level. Okay, you guys gonna do top mount or O-ring? We're gonna do both, but anyone have a preference? The first thing I see. Let's see. Top mount? Okay, we can do top mount first. Let me actually check this. Starting up. Okay. Okay, cool. So layout, we're doing splits. That, that. Yeah. Okay. Oh. This is 7U. Okay, so this should still work. Yes. This. Oh! This one is not working. Oh, it's just a different key. Oh, someone needs me to craft the weapon. Oh, wait. I'm gonna go wash my hands, but everything is working. I will be right back. Be right back. Let me put the intermission. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay. So doing top mount first. Hello, Conan. How are you doing? What's up? Alright, doing top mount. So today we're building the Void. It goes into group buy in about 9 days. So we're building it a little early to get it. Whip. The type K is not gonna get there in time. That's okay. That's okay. Frank can enjoy it. Well, okay, so I didn't ship out the Type K until later because I was still searching for the PCB for my bear. And I was using the Type K as my gaming keyboard. So I should have sent it out way earlier. That's my bad. That's okay. Frank will enjoy it. I may never get it back, but I think it will be safe with Frank. I think. I have dinner. No, I have it waiting for me. I ate a banana and I drank a little bit of soup. It's just been a little hard to eat because of how the metformin like wrecks my stomach. If you do exclamation point song, it'll give you the song name. I watched Insty's reel and he responded a few hours later, was like, ain't no way you were on the toilet for that long. Because I went through like an hour and I was like, no, Insty, I was just waiting on my appointment. He thought I was sitting on the toilet watching reels for an hour. This is more of a cream. Well, I wouldn't say it's like super creamy, but it's not like a pure white. I don't know. So this is like in bright light, right? And then this is more like in shadow. So it's not like as beige as like some creams are, but it's not like a pure white. It looks a little bit more beige here because of the shadows. This is Phoenix, I think. I'm gonna put... What were you thinking of putting on it? So I can put different keycaps on to show you guys what it looks like. Oh, I don't have unfortunately. Yes, exactly what Tony said. And then you can use code X6W. Did I miss? Wait, did I miss one? Or is this an extra screw? It's just an extra screw. So it has the 4 up here. And then once you've screwed this on, then you put the accent weight on. And then there's 4 more screws to screw that together. So for the case screws itself, like case to case, it does use the long screws. But for this accent weight, it uses the shorter screws. Initially, I thought it was like 4, 4, and that was it. But then after taking the weight off, it's actually 4, 4, 4, so 12. All those gas station hot dogs. I mean, that's fine. Honestly, sometimes I crave stuff like that too. Powder coating, pretty consistent. I feel like I have not seen an inconsistent job in a long time. Like the finishes for a lot of these sports have been really good. The light's closer to GMK CP color. Oh, nice. Hello. That's the designer, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Wait, actually we had a few questions. for the plate, is there a reason why you cut the top off? I asked another designer who said that it's to make smaller bezels. So for example, like cutting this part off. Because someone in chat asked why you did that. I was told it's like preference, but then I was also told like for smaller bezels. So I was curious if you had a reason why you cut this part off. This is pretty, it's not uncommon, but someone asked and I was like, that's the designer. Yeah, sometimes I get the cravings for munchies. The spicy version has like spicy Cheetos, Doritos, pretzels. I could eat like a whole bag of that. Also, I noticed like some cutouts, but we figured it out later on. So here are the non-adhesive feet that you can put on to cover these screws. It's heavy, but it's not going to be as heavy as the 910 one, no. I think it's a lot smaller. I built the 910 a while ago though, so... But I remember that being hefty. This is still hefty, but I don't think it was as big. I like this one. Alright, with keycaps. Let me see, what do I have? Yeah, you like it? So one unique thing about this one is instead of doing the arrow keys, you can kind of have like a half numpad here, right? So the plus, the enter, the big 0. I have a few keycaps that I haven't used yet. Anal Dreams? Is it really? That's on my doll. Do I need to take my doll out? Is there another one? I can put that on. I don't mind. I just have to go searching for my doll. I hid it. I can go looking for it. So I have this one that's not opened. No. Posh? Is Posh the right color? Okay, yeah, I can use Posh. Posh is hideous. What the? Jim K Cafe. Oxy? Why would you say that? I think it's fine. Gem Cake Cafe is hard to get, isn't it? I have PBT Cafe. Really? Do you like Greg? I hear my baby. I found the stinky baby. So if you're new here, I have a black and tan Shiba Inu named Ginkgo, and I call her Stinky Baby because she's my stinky baby. But anyways, she had a really bad day today. She did not have a good day today. Yes, I will build an O-ring after I do this. Hi Surmise, what's up? So this layout that you see here is only available for the hot swap. I mean, only available for solder, sorry. This is only solder. Hot swap will just be like the normal like 65% layout. Okay, so Nico had a bad day today because I had to pull out a big turd. She was not happy. My dog eats a lot of grass. A turd. So I call like, so sometimes when animals use the restroom, they have like a little poop thing off like their butt. So I call those dingles, right? She had a dingle, and she hates dingles. Yeah, she just gets like really stressed out and like won't move when she has a dingle. So yesterday my parents took her to a state park and there was a lot of fresh grass and it was like all wet and nice and cool because it just rained. So yesterday she ate a lot of grass. And so today she was paying for her ways and she had a dingle, right? So naturally she starts panicking. And so the dingle was about this big. Okay, it was like grassy and green. So I pulled it and then she's just like, okay, I'm over it. But then I look and I noticed that there was a blade of grass, right? Still sticking out of her butt. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna pull this out for her. I shit you not. Like, no pun intended. I pulled out a grass log that was this long. Like, this thick, this long, just full of long grass. It was so long. Like, she screamed when I pulled it out. It was disgusting. And then it was like a grass tamale. Like, it was long and thick like a tamale. I felt so bad for her. But I pulled it out and she yelled and then she ran away. But then I cleaned her butt. And then she hasn't wanted... Normally, like, she'll hang up here with me and, like, sit behind me. Sit, like, right behind my chair. But she's been avoiding me because she's just like, you know... I mean, that's gotta be a really unpleasant feeling. But she's just like, you did that to me. But I was just trying to help her. Sorry, it's kind of gross, but she finally came upstairs to be like, hey. So I had to tell her, hey. She finally, like, wants to talk to me again, thankfully. So here we are, on talking terms again. But yeah, that's Kinko's Dingle story. Sorry for anyone who's like, oh, that's gross. Okay, you can ping Oxy. I want to tell Oxy I'm done. I am done. I mean, it's not that gross. It's just a very, you know, the things you do for love. Sometimes your dogs have little dingles. Okay, and this would be what? Code? What do I put here? What should I put here? I guess I could put whatever I want. Should I put numlock? Pink resin? Okay. Bongo cat? Little bongo? Doesn't quite match. This bongo. Also doesn't quite match. I don't have another pink bongo! What about this bongo? Oh, this one kind of matches. Yeah, the pink accents. And the white. I'm about to get flamed. I feel it already. Okay, which bongo? Only use a bongo. There are two? Want a Miru? Oh boy. You want a Miru, not a Bongo? Or should we use a Ghosty? Ghosty? Or... I also have this Bite. Darling Bite. Yeah, we're just trying to pick out the artisan right now. Yeah, we use Bite. I haven't used this Bite yet, I don't think. I don't think it's that bad. Oxy, you're just being a hater. Do the alphas match? I'd say this is a little... They match, but there's something slightly off. It's like slightly... I don't know how to explain it. It definitely is very similar. Yeah, so I would say the case itself is a bit more white than these keycaps. The keycaps are more off-white, I'd say. Also, this is what I was talking about. Remember when I was saying how the keycap colorings might be a little off? Just based on the nature of this? If this were like a solid, but it won't because these are going to be the same, right? So this is the only thing about this layout, is that when you're picking a keycap set, you have to be conscious of what this 0 key might be. Yeah, monochrome sets will probably be better in terms of color matching, but if you have something like this, right? Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I showed the side profile earlier, but here's what it looks like. So you have this like pseudo seam created by the top and bottom case. It looks like there would be an accent here, but this is like a pseudo accent, right? And then I was saying it's kind of like staircases, so it steps down, right? So you see this design right here, and then you see it right here too. Yeah, pretty bored. Okay. So this first configuration is going to be top mount. We'll do the O-ring after the top mount test. Sorry, the caps lock. What's gym leader Nathan's caps lock stuck since whatever? Thank you for the follow. Okay. Also, if you're new here and you're just following, I build keyboards every Friday and Saturday. So I still consistently build and review keyboards. And if you're new here, you may or may not have seen my YouTube channel, but here is my YouTube channel where you can see like all the keyboards that I've built and like build summaries. So if you're ever not able to catch a stream, I do have an editor that helps me condense these streams into like a 15-20 minute video for you guys to watch. But yeah. Okay. Can't believe you hate this pink. Pink. My eyes. Okay, wait. I actually need to remap this. Give me a sec. This. Strawberry? This web file thing is also not working. Let me try. You like it? That's cute, right? Oh yeah, Gore, what's up? I need to remap some of this, so give me one sec before we do the sound test. Good night! Yeah, of course. If you ever have any questions, feel free to stop by. If I can't answer it, someone in my chat surely can. Oh, Surmise! Thank you for the prime! First Keep community helped me learn the most things. Aww. We love you! Thanks! That's so sweet. You like it? I think you have to go with the monochrome set because the zero is always going to match the alphas, right? So when you have it like this, it looks a little off. Hold on. I need to firmware. Yes, I'm just flashing it right now. So Okay. Alright. Layout, backspace. Layout is also 7U. Okay, cool. Thoughts on the mode Envoy. I want to try polycarb and I'm missing a 65%. Worth the value? How much is the mode Envoy? Let me look. I thought the Envoy was fine. I think most mode keyboards are pretty solid. Mode is around $200, right? You want polycarb? Polycarb 65%? Yeah, I mean, I think the pricing is good. I mean, the other keyboard that I would have recommended, so there's the Mode Envoy, and then these have like the different block mounts that you can use, right? So it's nice because you're able to really configure how you would like it to be in terms of like the typing feel. But if you don't like that kind of mounting, another 65 polycarb would be this one. And then there's also the Margot. But like I said, mode is always going to be solid, but I think it just depends on like the mounting style that you like, and also I guess what other options that drove you to, or that made you want or consider the mode Envoy. You'll probably find one aftermarket, yeah, probably. I don't think it's bad. Okay, sorry. Let me mute this. Okay. Alright, so this is the Void65. This will be in group by September 9th. We're using Tempeh linear switches. This is by KNC and Tofu Types. It is Tessie switches that have factory loop. They are a long pull. And then we're using PC plate, no foam. What else? This is GMK Posh. And this is top mount. We'll do O-ring mount after. I cannot see this. Alright, so this board is very loud. It's also the switches and the PC plate, so kind of intentional, but also great loud sound. I like it. What do you guys think? We're gonna do O-ring now. So this was top mount, so it's going to have, it's gonna have like a harsher typing feedback. So this is quite a loud boy, but let's see how it feels with the O-ring. And then unfortunately I went not unfortunately, but I went with the solder build today instead of hot swap, so we can't try out the different plates. But if you're looking for a louder sound for this board, if you just do PC plate with like a long pole, probably be able to achieve that. But yeah, standard top mount in the sense of the feedback is going to be a lot more stiff. But it's interesting because the top mount, I'll show you guys the mounting parts. I know the O-ring is not traditional O-ring mounts. So traditional meaning like, you know, 4, 4. I think it's spread out. This uses 7, so it's like 4 and then like 3. They don't have anything on the space bar. And I don't remember the top mount, if that's the same thing. Yeah, these switches are the Tempeh. They're from Keebs, and they're having a sale right now, actually. These are the tofu type collaboration switches. I think it's his second collab. So to take this off, this is an accent piece. So that's right there. And you can see it's a small piece, right? And then to take this apart, you have the 4, and then the 4 additional. No. That's the novel key ones, right? Novel keys has like the different pins you could put in. I don't know if those ever took off. I don't hear about them very often. I think these days people just like the idea of having switches that are like ready to go. And the fact for those that you have to like take it apart. And, I mean, for Switch enthusiasts who like doing that, I could see it being appealing, but I think that's definitely like a more niche product. No, these are the Tempeh, which are Tessie long pole from KNC Keys. I've built one build with it. Oh, okay. So if you look, the mounting points for the O-ring and the top mount are pretty similar. So you can see these are the grooves for the top mount. So the 4 on top, and you can see the O-ring ones right below them. And then here you have the 3. So these are slightly off. You see the 2 right here and the 1 right here. But then you can see the O-ring one has been shifted over. So instead of being like right underneath. So they are slightly shifted for the O-ring. The O-ring is 1, 2, 3. So 7 mounting points. So none on the space bar. Oh, they do? Oh, they do. Wow. Oh, but these aren't like the inserts, like the cream, right? These are a little different. But you're right. It does have a middle pole. But not the insert. Oh, today I learned. Thanks, Frank, for correcting us. Cream plus copper inserts are cool. Yeah, I've had one client send me it, but it's really annoying because the inserts, the tolerances were not very good. Like some of them would be too tight to like put inside the housings, and then some of them the inserts would like be super loose. Would you prefer Alu or PC case depending on the sound? That's a little hard because most of the cases I build are going to be Alu. PC cases are a bit more rare. Typically for sound, it's actually not the case so much for me. It's about like the switches. So it's a little difficult. I would say I don't really have a preference based on sound. If you're asking me based on looks though, I actually do like PC boards a lot, especially if it's like a uniquely dyed PC board. But I will say, yeah, the sound isn't going to be as like strong as like an Alu board. Portlandia, no, I haven't watched it. Okay, so this one, it's gonna be O-ring. Oh, is it the theme song? No, this is just on my playlist. I've seen them live. Pretty good. Like one of the more recent boards that I got to build was the Lammy. Look at this dyed blue PC board. Yeah, it's a Kibu. Look how pretty. Like, it's just so pretty. Ah! So pretty. Wait, Becky, you said you didn't win the PC? I think you would have had better luck if you entered the Kibo one, because they added additional ones. Yeah, R2. They added extra SC editions. Oh, you did enter? No! Heck. Just very popular then. Yeah, L. No, I did not build that. Who is it? Is it Mochin that likes Fuyu? Mochin's Fuyu lover, Fuyu fan. Yeah, mochi grape. So to answer your question, I've built more alu boards for sound, in terms of sound. But if I were looking at looks, I'd probably go PC for looks. Oh! Oh my god! How do I say your name? Tide? Thank you for the tier 1 for 6 months in advance. Holy moly. I appreciate it. No more ads. Thank you! Yeah, you now have a bunch of emotes. I don't want to say the best emotes on Twitch, but close. Joy! They're based off my dog. Also, my Discord has even more. Unfortunately, I'm limited by sub points, so I can't add all my emotes. So if you have your Twitch connected to your Discord, you can use all my emotes across servers. Yeah, we have a lot more in the Discord. Hi, Justin. Guys, I miss Insty. I know. Wait, is he really? Does he miss me? No. Insty hates me. He said he's not gonna send me any more reels. It makes me sad. I haven't watched all of them, but I'm just very slow, okay? Ugh. Okay. Gotta make sure I stay hydrated. Okay. Here we go. Cuppa. Where's Vin? Vin. 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 Okay, let's see if that works. No, I'm copying your... that emo. Alright, this one is O-ring. The O-ring. Okay. Typing. No, I'm only trying to summon Vin because someone wouldn't shake my head. It made me think of Vin. Oh yeah, this is a good song. I have to pause it now though. I'm sorry. Well, I'll do my mic stuff first. Alright. This is O-ring mount. Thank you, Capo. I actually think I like this build more. The O-ring. I think if you're gonna use really loud switches, I think O-ring rounds it out really well. I think with top mount it was a little too loud. But I think I prefer this one a little bit more. What do you guys think? Do you like top mount or O-ring mount? Me like loud, yeah. Either way, both are very solid though, in my opinion. But in terms of typing, this one felt not as stiff. I mean, obviously, because it's O-ring, but it's also still like very full of life. It's not like using the O-ring just completely muted the board, right? But yeah. Good morning, Rima. I did like the O-ring overall though. Gulp. Did I miss? You missed the two sound tests. Yeah. The O-ring gave it a more rounded. What is rounded? I would say more how do I explain it? Is that what I said? Yeah, less sharp, yeah. Balance, yes. It's a more balanced sound. It's not just like boom loud, you know. This one, it's still loud, but it's like it feels a lot better. to me, and it doesn't have like the harsh peaks, right? Kinu! Thanks for the raid! Aren't you... You're going to Q Life, right? Oh, wait. I guess it's right by you. Hello. For some reason, I thought you were traveling. Thanks for the raid! Hi. Have fun. If you're streaming it, I'll be sure to watch. Hello. Yeah. Wait, I should just finish this build. So, I get a shout out for Keynoob. Oh, itchy. Yeah, hopefully you guys are able to. Okay, so let's talk about this board. Oh shit. Frank is like, I will shout. He knew about. Yeah. Little known galaxy. Alright, so welcome raiders. This is we just built the void. I don't have different plates because today I used the solder build, but do you notice anything about this? It's a 65%, but check out this area. Whoa. So it's like, I've been calling it a pseudo numpad, right? So instead of doing arrow keys, you can turn this side into a numpad, right? I mean, you could change it to any keys you want, but the fact that you have like layout options here, right? Good morning, Sai. So total of 8 stabilizers if you want. But I did 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? But then you could do full backspace here. These are the numbers. So now instead of having to like do shift plus, you could just do the plus, or yeah, shift plus here. I mean, these are all ready to go, so yeah, so check out this corner right here. Yeah, I mean, you can honestly remap this to whatever you want, but this is like, if you don't want like the 4 keys, you can do 3 keys instead, or you can do 5 keys. This is GMK Posh. But yeah, so let's talk about it. So this is the Void65. It goes into group by September 9th and runs until I think the 23rd. So you do have about 2-3 weeks to buy into it. This is the top. It does have this arrow blocker, and then it does have this nice like cherry lip right here. The top and the bottom bezels are going to be the same, and then the side bezels are going to be thinner, but also the same. And then you can see this unique layout over here. So this is only available for the solder build. The hot swap will have a more normal build, but if you want to do something like this, it's only available for the solder, unless he's changing it. Hold on. Might be changing it. Let me make sure. No, they're not. Okay. So here's the top. Here's the side. Pretty cool side. So it kind of has this like pseudo seam part right here. Right? Here's the back. So you can either get the copper or the stainless steel accent. This is going to be more expensive, or you can get just like straight alu for both these, but these 2 pieces are going to be separate. And then the feet are actually found underneath these. So these are non-adhesive feet that hide the screws. But it's a little deceiving, right? Because you think, okay, so to remove the case, I have to do I have to remove these two, so 4, and then these 4 up here. But this is actually just to keep this accent weight on right here. And then once you take this off, underneath are actually 4 more case screws that span across the board, right? So it's a total of around 12 screws to disassemble the case. You have just the solid copper weight and then this stainless steel accent weight, but these are not the base. The base is going to be alu and alu. If you want to add this, I think it's like an extra $100. So starting price for this board is going to be $280. They have a ton of vendors, and then it does use top mount O-ring mount. But that's the back. Here is the USB port side. So you can see it has like a little cutout for the USB. It is recessed in. And then here you can see the branding for the designer. The little 3 lines. And then this is actually the branding for the board with the O. So very minimal branding. If you look on the side, you actually can't see this accent piece. It's actually been hidden very well inside this bottom piece. But you can see it from like right here, right? And on the back. And then here's the front lip, where you can see the little cherry lip right here. And then in the board, so I'll open it, but you can see how the bottom case, the seam is really low. And when boards do that, what they'll do sometimes, especially if it has like a big back weight, they'll actually cut out a piece on the bottom piece so that the weight has a place to go. Because as it gets lower and lower, you have like less things to work with. And then for functionality purposes though, this makes it so that, well, I'll just show you guys, but it's easier to push out the O-ring. So I'll deconstruct the board. You can look at it one last time. Have a good look. Oh my god. This is me being lazy. To save time. Time is money, right? Custom layout? What do you mean? It's a unique layout. I haven't seen one like it before. But correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my goodness. So if you're talking about this layout, it's intended for the board, but it is a unique one. I haven't seen anything quite like it. I've seen people add like badges right here or like a badge right here, but this is my first time seeing like combined like this. Okay, so here's what I mean by actually, no. You actually don't need to. Okay, so I take it back. I take it back what I said. So I said sometimes cases will add a little cut onto the bottom case where the weight meets, so it makes it easier to push out the O-ring, but you don't need to do that in this case. And you can't even. Because if you were able to take out this weight and show this cut, it would make sense so that you could push out the O-ring. So for example, like this, right? But since you can't even remove this bottom weight without taking out the PCB, so I'm guessing they didn't do that from a building perspective. They added this cut because this piece goes so low, and without needing to change the weight, they just cut out this piece right here. But the good thing is that because this bottom piece is so low, you can easily just like pull it out like this, right? So if you're like, what cut is she talking about? This is the cut I'm talking about. So this is the weight. So what they've done is they've made this go slant so low that in order to keep the weight one solid piece, they have just removed this part of the bottom piece. And then to incorporate or to not make this look so blank, I guess this is where they added the branding for the Void, the designer's logo, and the designer's name. Like, I've seen some boards where they've made this cutout so you can easily push out the board, but in this board's case, it doesn't matter because you can't even take out the weight. So what I was saying is that, say this weight wasn't here, then you could push from behind, but not for this board. This board is just, they've ended up slanting it down. So in order to make room for the weight, they've just cut this part out, and then they've added the branding. But for the weight itself, it uses 5 screws to screw on. And then the JST, I talked about it earlier, but the JST is actually flipped downwards. So instead of having the cable pop out right here, it's actually flipped downwards. And then the cable is underneath that you run through a channel that goes up to the top piece, right? So if you want to change out this cable, you'll have to either unscrew this or unscrew the weight, right? So you'll have no like JST thing popping out right here. You either unscrew this or this. But there is a channel for this to go through. And then for these cuts, these are for, so the top mount, right? The plate goes on the top, obviously, right? And so you don't have to worry about any bottoming out because it just keeps it tightly secured to the top. However, with O-ring, it's a lot closer to the bottom, and so they've cut this part out because this is where the alphas, right, would go. So there's a little bit of room for whenever you type, so it doesn't short or anything. So that's what these cuts are for. And then you see these right here, these are cut out for the stabilizers. I was super confused at first because I didn't look at the PCB yet, but I was super confused why they had these cutouts here. My first educated guess was that it was for stabilizers, but then I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense because it's a 65% and you have arrow keys here. Like, you don't have a stabilizer here. So why are these cutouts here? And it wasn't until I looked at the PCB that I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense because for the solder one, you have this unique layout. So here you can see these are where the stabilizers. So the stabilizer cutouts have been incorporated into the case for both layouts, right? And then another unique thing to point out is that this uses 7 mounting points, not 8. So typically you would see like 4 and 4 symmetrical, or you would see like 4 and like 4, like these two would be more condensed, this one more widespread, and that's just to avoid like having any mounting points on the spacebar, right? But what they've done is they've instead the 4 and then the 3, so 7. And then the mounting points for the top isn't quite the same as the top mount. So here you can see the grooves for the top mount. And then the O-ring mount posts are right here, so they're kind of close, right? this one is directly on it, but then if you look at this one, so here's the top mount, but then here's the O-ring. So they've moved it a little bit, but it still follows the 7 mounting points, right? For both top mount and O-ring mount. Other than that, we can look at the plates. So here's the alu plate. No flux cuts. You do have this cut right here, but I think this was probably maybe like a design choice. But other than that, pretty standard. Wait. Wait. I take that back. Oh my gosh. I take it back. They did add this for the weight. Oh. Okay, so I thought these were standoffs in case you decide to use hot swap. But this actually aligns with the weight. Oh, so in the case that you have this O-ring, right? So say you have this O-ring, you can actually unscrew the weight from back here, take it off, and then from here you can still push it out. Oh, that's really cool. I thought it had no reason, no purpose. I think the difficult thing about this is knowing where the posts are. So for example, here I gotta go look for it. Doko, are you? Me? Oh, it's right here. Alright. Huh? Okay, so it's right here. Oh, so if you have it like screwed in right here, you can then go in. Yeah. You can stick the screw into these holes, undo the weight, take the weight off, and then you can push it through. So it's multifunctional. Okay, Interloper, if you're watching, scratch that. These holes on the plates are actually for the weight. So if you want to unscrew the weight directly. Oh. But either way, you have to take the case apart in order to push this out. And the O-ring to like push out isn't difficult, or to pull it out isn't difficult, but that's neat. That's cool. So once again, they cut this out for the case design, and it's actually functional as well. Cool. But yeah, just learned that. Neat. And here you can see the crazy thing right here. Yeah, you can do that too. You can for sure do it. Or if you want to just like swap it out with like the alu or a different weight, you can easily change it out if you wanted to, for sure. So that's really cool. And then the last thing is looking at the PCB. We'll actually look at the product page together so you guys can kind of see what you're getting yourself into if you're interested in the sport. Alright, so here's the website, right? This is like a timeline, so it hasn't hit the group buy yet, but content creators are starting to receive it. Here are photos by Maker. Here's the story behind the logo, the design. Cool. And then here they have a breakdown of what the material is made out of. I love websites like these. Oh, fancy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty fancy. Just like more stories. This is the dual mounting. And then here you can see what the copper would look like and then what the alu would look like. So it's actually different. If you get the black, it's going to be black alu. However, if you get like any other of the colors, you're going to get a gray, right? Here's what that looks like with the copper. Here is where the layouts, you have a lot of choices. So with solder, you can do caps lock, you can split the shifts, you have ISO, you can split the backspace, you can do the big side keys, you could do 6.25 or 7U. Hot swap though, much more limited. All you can do is split backspace, step to regular caps, but you're forced into the 7U layout. Here's all the specs. Here's what you need to prepare. Cherry MX key switches or clones. Okay, so default, you can pick your plates, pick your PCB, but you do get a 50A and a 30A. I was only given a 50A. The 50A is transparent and the 50A is going to be black. And then here are all your vendors. There's quite a bit. But Click Clack is the one that sent this out to me, so thank you Click Clack for that. Media, if you want to see everyone who has built it so far, right? So here are the photo shoots. Tofu, Dutch, Sterling, Stacy, Meg, the designer, Hare. And then if you look at, there's a build guide already on here. So I didn't have to worry about that. I did have the flash. And then split backspace needs 3. Okay. Choo-choo. Choo-choo. Everything preparing. Choo-choo. So they do have a build guide, and then they also have the resources in case you need to flash it. So everything is ready. It looks like they will be releasing the plates. However, I didn't see half plates on there, but here is basically price simulation. So if you're interested in my configuration, it'd be $415. She's not Connor. Oh, okay. Do you need her? Okay. My mom loves ginkgo. I think if I moved out, she wouldn't even miss me. She would miss my dog. But yeah, so my configuration is going to be more expensive, just solely based on the stainless steel copper kit, right? Because that adds $105. However, if you don't get it, it's $310. Okay, so in terms of the kits, you have the alu stainless steel, and this is for the back weight and the accent. You have 6 colors: black, red, brown, a coating white, a blue, and a polycarbonate. So the white and the polycarbonate are going to be more expensive. You have hot swap and solder. Hot swap's going to be more expensive, and you're also more limited on your layouts. I mean, as per usual. Plates, so PC, I wouldn't say PC is a default, but it's like the one that you can get without an extra cost. If you want to get like the other plates, so 5 plates. So Palm, Alu, FR4, carbon fiber, PC. These other plates are going to be extra. And then you can add on whatever you would like. But as you can see from this list, PC is going to be the cheapest, and then carbon fiber is going to be the most expensive. And then later on, it looks like they are going to release like plate files. So if you wanted to cut your own plate, that will be an option. But yeah, my configuration is going to be $415. And I think that's about it. Group buy opens on the 9th and it goes until the 23rd. But yeah, that's the board. Um, my thoughts. It's a very solid board, I'd say. Pricing is fair for at least what I built. The coding, I didn't notice anything weird about it. I like how unique this side is, right? Because while it still keeps it like fairly classy, you have the option to do this flunky side, and I think that's really cool. It's a shame they weren't able to do that for like the hot swaps, but you know, they probably have a reason for that. But this is a very unique layout. I don't know how many people actually would use it or like it, but the fact that, you know, it is there, that's pretty cool. In terms of sound, I would go with the O-ring if you like something more, quote, rounder or more balanced. But I know a lot of you guys like classic top mount. I do think that the stainless steel looks better, but it's also more expensive, right? So I think this board does a good job with standing out from, you know, not being like, oh, another 65, because this layout changes it, right? Yeah, because it's basically taken a 65 and you can make it into 65, but you can also get rid of the arrows if you don't use it and use it for like more functional keys and it won't look as weird. So yeah, the layout for this, but unfortunately it's only for solder. I think that's just like the biggest thing. If you get a hot swap, you're forced to the normie layout. But if you're willing to solder, then you can have the more unique one. And I do think that's something that's unfortunate, you know, that they weren't able to incorporate it with the hot swap PCB. But in the event that you do know how to solder or you're gonna get someone else to build it, this is always like an option, which is very unique to me. In terms of build, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy, nothing weird about it. Yeah. But yeah, that's a build. Thank you, Click Clack, for sending it out to me. Thank you to the designer for stopping by. Anorexus. I appreciate it. I know, Frank. I thought we'd get there in time. I should have sent it earlier. My bad. Maybe I'll get there in the morning before you leave. Is that copium? But yeah, thank you. That's the build. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you again. Now I'm gonna reassemble this. Now I'm really never getting it back. The Type K. I mean, you've been really into Tempeh, right? Yeah, that's a build. Neat.